Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Greg, owner of PARIQ, and as you can see, I'm very fidgety because it's my first video. I've never dropped an actual video of me talking. First one. First time for everything, right? So basically this video is all about what I'm doing to grow this brand and basically what all I've been through so far with doing it. So let's take it back to 2016. Man, it's crazy because I never launched. Never launched. Who does that? Like, who comes up with an idea and never launch? Like, that's crazy. Anyways, I remember when I had my first apartment, me and my girlfriend, we had one together, and we went through a little spill, a little razzle dazzle, nothing too major. And I ended up getting another apartment after that. So she moved out, I stayed there, and I ended up getting another apartment eventually. Like, basically, what was it, a year later? Probably wasn't even a full year later, but I ended up getting another apartment. And from there, I had a job. I was doing collections. By the way, don't do it if you don't like talking to people, okay? Because collections is crazy. Like, you just never know who you're gonna talk to. But anyways, long story short, I had a job with collections, and they ended up closing down shop here and where I'm at, so I lost my job. I had no way to pay for my rent. I had no way to pay for my place. So the thing I told myself was, you have to do something differently. You gotta find your passion. You gotta find something that you love doing or you enjoy doing. And you take that and you go far with it. I didn't do that. It's like I had so much going on in my life that me personally, I didn't think I was ready. I didn't feel like I was ready. Although I had this idea, it wasn't happening for me at the time. You know, it could have. I just wasn't focused. So this video today is about being focused. Make sure that you're ready, focused, and that you have no distractions going on, because when you do, you'll look up and see how much time went past. I promise you, it's so much you can do in a short amount of time if you put your mind to it. Now, granted, a short amount of time can be years for some people, honestly, because you don't get rich overnight unless you, I don't know, somehow lucky, being blessed, I don't know, you hit the lotto. It's so many different things you could possibly do to just make it in life, right? But the main thing for me is I wanted to make sure that it's something I enjoy doing, you know? So today I'm talking about growth, being focused, and, you know, things that can elevate your life, elevate your family, elevate anything that you have going on. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so let's get started. This is a license, okay? Probably can't see it. Either way it go, I've been having my business license for a while. Like, I've always kept my business license, something I can always look at to say, hey, you need to go ahead and do this. You need to get started. Why are you paying for a business license? Or why are you even looking to get anything done legally and you're not taking it serious? So I always kept that picture in mind so that way I can get myself together. Now I'm taking it serious. I'm 30 years old. Doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. Either way it go, I'm taking it serious. Like, I'm really perfecting my craft. My earlier designs was, you know what, I was about to say trash, but I just said it. All right, so whatever. It was trash. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, my earlier designs was trash. That's because I had no idea how to design. Now I'm working on doing that. Main thing I had to do was focus. Now you have to focus. You have to focus every single day. If you don't focus, you're wasting your time. I promise you. You don't want to look down the line and, God willing, you make it to be 80 years old and you're still stuck. Looking back at your past life, like, I could have did something differently. I know now that time waits for no man, waits for no woman, waits for no one. You definitely have to take everything with a grain of salt. And you also have to understand that, you know, you may not make it when you feel like you should make it, but you don't quit. The whole thing is you never quit. And by doing that, you have to remain focused. How are you going to remain focused if you're too busy worried about what's going on with the next person, or you're too busy scrolling on, I don't know, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. You're too busy just looking at things you shouldn't have to look at because it's not going to help you in the long run. Which is one of the things I was doing too. I'm one of them people that's, I'm looking at all the topics. I'm just scrolling, and it's nothing important. It's just something that's eye-catching. So today we're going to focus. We're going to worry about what we have going on in our own lives. Not what the rappers got going on, not what the singers got going on, not what any actors and actresses have going on. What do you have going on? What do you have going on in your life right now that you wish that can be better? How can you make it better? So I want y'all to tell me in the comments exactly what are you doing right now to make your life better, make your family life better, and be honest. Because if you're not honest with yourself, you can't be honest with anyone. How are you gonna be honest with somebody? First and foremost, how are you gonna come tell me you honest and you're not being honest? Like, I know you're lying. I don't know you're lying, but either way it go, you have to be honest with yourself first before you can be honest with anybody. Second thing is, you have to have a schedule. You have to. And honestly, the schedule is the hardest thing for me to basically come up with because I'm not used to having schedules, or I'm more of a I'm getting up and I just go with the flow type of person. And I have to understand that that's not how life works. Everyone that you hear about that's successful, they all have some type of schedule that they stick to for the most part. Now, granted, they may not make their own schedules now, but when they started, they knew they had to do something. They had to do something for them to even get to where they're at now. They had to come up with some type of schedule or some type of way for them to know what they're going to be doing, when they're going to do it, how they're going to do it. So they had to have something that they had to fall back on to look at. And that's where my downfall was at. I didn't understand how to create content, so I would just, and I still do it from now, I still do it now. I would try to create videos, and I honestly don't know why I'm dropping videos when I have no idea exactly what I'm dropping and why I'm dropping it. It's more of a thing where I just want to put myself out there just to start. As of right now, my content skills are terrible, but I'm going to get better because I'm not going to quit. I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to remain here until you notice me, until you all notice me. And then when that happens, I'm going to go harder. I mean, that's point blank. I'm going to go harder. So you have to remove all the dead weight from your life. Everything. So if you're going through your call log and you see people that are not on the same level that you're wanting to get to, or you're not seeing any type of advancement in anyone you know, doesn't matter if they're family or friends, you have to cut them off. How are you going to change if you're still around the same people? And if you don't want to cut them off completely, then you still have to distance yourself for enough time for you to get yourself together to understand who you are as a person. Trust me. A lot of people think they know themselves as a person because it's them, but truly, you don't. You don't know yourself until you're by yourself, until you understand what it is that you want in life and why you want it. Like, you're not gonna know yourself until you understand your purpose. We're all put on this earth for a reason. Don't let that slip. Don't let your life slip through your hands because you don't know what you want to do, okay? Figure it out. Take the time away from people and figure it out. This is why the first product I'm creating is called Taped Off. Not taped off in a negative way, taped off as in tape off from everyone that's not looking to elevate with you, okay? Doesn't matter if they have the same dream or not. If they're not looking to elevate, you have to tape off from them so that way you can grow as a person. And I had to do the same thing. I love my family. I love anybody I know that's been around me, been in my corner, you know. But when it comes to me building a brand, I had to take myself off to understand who I am as a person and why my purpose is what it is. You have to tape off, okay? That's just point blank. I'm not saying you can't talk to people. I'm not saying you can't be around people. I'm just saying you have to tape off for a majority of the time to understand what it is that you're wanting to do. Even if you don't know what you want to do, you still have to tape off to even figure yourself out, okay? You have to do that, okay? So let's just put that out there in the air right now. You have to separate yourself from people who are not like you, okay? Not in a negative way, okay? Because everybody has a life that, you know, that's precious. I'm not going to sit there and say that everybody's life is not precious, because at the end of the day, it is. All those little sperm cells that were swimming around, you're the one that came out. So at the end of the day, your life is precious. And you have a mission, you have a purpose. Some people may not ever find theirs, or they may think it's too late, which is never too late. I don't care if you're 80 years old. It's really never too late. You just have to start. Another thing is you have to understand what it is that you're after. You want a big house, you want this nice car, or you want a fleet of cars. You want a lot of children, or you don't want any children. You want to be able to travel, you want to be able to just enjoy life to the fullest. How are you going to get that? You have to think about things like that. How are you going to get these things that you want instead of just looking at everyone else enjoy it? I just came back from a trip, and we try to take trips, not try, because we don't try anything, we do. We take trips because we want to live the life that we dream of. You have to put yourself in a position where you're living the life that you always dream to have. So, for example, if you want to be this, let's just say you want to be a rapper. You have to dress like a rapper. I mean, well, you can dress however you feel a rapper dress. Long as it's your own style. Don't take anybody else's style, you know. Another thing you have to do is you have to live as if you're already doing it, okay? Live like you're already elevated into that lifestyle that you want to have. Because once you do that, I promise you it's going to get easier and easier over time. So I want y'all to do y'all homework tonight, and I want y'all to tell me what it is that y'all doing to elevate yourself, elevate your life, okay? Now, granted, you may not have the answer right now, but what I want you to do is just, if you can, write it down. Whatever comes to mind first, just write it down. Once you write it down, I want you to just post it. You don't have to post it to social media. Just, you know, well, you could post it to social media. It just depends on how you are as a person. You know, you don't really have to tell nobody what it is that you want to do. Just, you know what? Scratch what I just said. Just write down what it is that you want to do and read it every single day. Write down every single thing about the lifestyle you want to live, you know, how you see yourself in the future, even now if you're already on your way there. Just write down every single thing in regards to how you see your life in the next few years, in the next year, next 90 days, whatever it is, the time frame that you're choosing to, you know, look at and base your lifestyle off of. Then just basically look how you're going to look at yourself right now, and then tell me what you're going to be or what you plan to be within the next 90 days, within the next year, the next 2 years, the next 5 years, even the next 10 years. Just write it down, read it every single day, and I promise you, live by those words that you write. It's going to get better over time. My name is Greg. I'm building a brand called PARIQ, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Peace.